Okay, knocking out two birds with one stone today. We're gathering here this Sunday, and I've got quite a bit of cleaning to do. I need to put a drape up to hide some of the clutter. But I want to take time to flesh out a point that I wasn't able to really get to on Sunday. Plus, Lindsay's tied up all week this week, so we're not going to have a chance to have a conversation together. So you're stuck with me. Sunday we talked about Genesis 22, Abraham and Isaac going up to the mountain to worship. Abraham was told to sacrifice his only son, and in obedience, he brings Isaac up the mountain. Of course, the Lord tells him, stop, don't lay a hand on your son. Now, one of the things that I wasn't able to point out was ours is also a faith of multi-generational impact. Our obedience today bears fruit in our children tomorrow. I gotta get some work done, but as I work, I'm gonna share some thoughts. All right, Genesis 22, listen to this, verse 18. In your seed, all the nations of the earth shall be blessed, because you've obeyed my voice. Abraham's obedience resulted in the nations of the earth being blessed. Translation, Abraham's obedience wasn't just about Abraham. You and I are standing on the foundation of Abraham's obedience. Your obedience today produces fruit in the earth tomorrow. The nations of the earth will be blessed because of your response to your season of testing. I'm not sure if you've read through Hebrews chapter 11 lately, but take a minute and read through that. These saints had no idea that the things that they were enduring we would be benefiting from, that we would be standing on the foundation of not only their faith, but their endurance in the midst of suffering, sacrifice, testing, and trial. We're actually standing on the foundation of things that God promised them, but they never saw. That's what Hebrews 11 is saying. They died in faith, not having seen the promise come to pass. God not wanting them to be made perfect or complete apart from us. Listen to this. This is Hebrews 11. Beginning in roughly 36, they passed their test of mockings, beatings, of chains, imprisonment. They were stoned. They were sawn in two. They were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins. They were destitute. They were afflicted. They were tormented. The world was not worthy of them. They endured and passed their tests. And now you and I are standing on a foundation of faith that these saints helped lay. Their obedience became blessing for us. Obedience is never just about you. It's about generations who come after you. Our God is a God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's a multi-generational God. And Jesus people have that same perspective. We know whatever trial and testing we're enduring right now, we can have hope that it's gonna bear fruit throughout generations. It's gonna be a blessing in the nations. I don't know how, but our obedience causes someone else in another generation to stand firm on a foundation of faith, to be built up in their journey with God. This is a profound mystery of the kingdom. Faithful obedience touches history in ways we'll never see. It may appear that the promise that God gave you has died, but unwavering faith that Jesus is exactly who he says he is will produce life and blessing in the earth. The reward for my yes, I may never see it in my life, but it most certainly will shine like a trillion suns for all of eternity. We have to live for that day. It's rare to see a mighty move of God successfully passed off to the next generation. Could it be because it's so rare to also see a community live with a multi-generational perspective? I just thought of something. The most obvious thing. Isn't this the testimony of what we see in Jesus' life, death, and resurrection? We're standing on the foundation of his sacrifice. His sacrifice produced a blessing in the earth. For every generation, in every nation, it is available. Eternal life is available because of his sacrifice. This is the way of the kingdom. Promise, sacrifice, resurrection, blessing, filling the land. Like James says in James chapter 1, count it all joy when you experience various testing and trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces. We can have hope because ours is a faith where testing always produces something glorious. Like the saints in Hebrews 11, we may never see the result of our obedience, but eternity will make note of it.